Oh, it's happening, Galaxy S6.
Hello.
Hello. I forgot to change my name.
Hi guys.
I am Galaxy.
Okay, I can't actually see. Oh, here we go. Start video. That was help, wouldn't it? Hi.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Yo.
Hello.
I can see you now. How's it going?
What's happening?
You okay?
Yeah, Sam.
Good. How is everyone coping?
Not too bad. Just
Have
playing
you
a lot
got-
of video
Same
games.
old.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
practicing my music theory.
Oh, very good. What you know? Tell me everything.
I know my circle of fifths.
Very good. What's the relative minor to B then?
What was that? Sorry.
B's relative minor. What's the relative minor to B?
B. It's
That's a cruel question to start with. That actually.
it'll be a guess. That's what it'll be.
Go on then. Have a guess.
D.
G sharp. But yeah, I guess it's not too unrelated from D, kind of. I can't see you, Liam. Have you got your video on?
Yeah, I'm just outside at the minute.
Oh, okay.
The,
No worries. You don't have
indoors
to have your
inside.
video on. We'll just give it a few minutes, guys, to wait for everyone to join. How are you, Chris? He's frozen in time. How are you, Shamak?
Yay.
Hello, everybody. Well, Wednesday.
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, yesterday I was just a little sunburned. Yeah, but
Oh, I
but
can
anyway.
see, actually, yeah, you look like you've caught
Yeah.
the sun. Yeah, you have to be
Yeah,
careful, don't you?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Chris hasn't caught the sun. He's been in his room since last week. He's still in the same spot.
Chris has been out on his bike.
You know what? I've been on a bike, but yesterday I was out for like 5 hours in Crosby under the sun, and I am burnt.
I can imagine. And who is this smiley face here? I can see that's Adam. Hello, Adam. I know you can't see me, but you can't. I can't see you, but I know you can see me. So welcome, Adam. So who else are we waiting for? Usually we have a few more than this. Maybe everyone's got sunstroke.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Did you see? Oh, where's Chloe? Hello, Chloe. She's connecting.
Hi.
Hi, Chloe.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you
A
managing
bit
okay?
Tired.
Tired?
Pardon?
I said, are you managing okay?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've been doing theory majority of the days, so.
You've been what,
Yeah.
sorry?
I've been doing like grade 1 theory, so
Oh, good.
I'm starting from
up.
grade 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to have a focus, isn't it, right now, because otherwise you just go.
Yeah.
You know, I've struggling without the routine. It's weird, isn't it, not having to be anywhere. So I stuck some exercises up on the classroom. Did anyone manage to have a look at those?
I don't think so.
Is that a big fat no? Okay, it's no worries.
Yeah,
we're going to go through them now anyway, so not to worry. Oh, Chloe's just actually, you can see you now, Chloe, with your nice plaits.
Yeah.
You look well. You all look well, considering, you know, everything going on. You all look quite happy.
Thank you.
Smiley, and Liam looks great there. Just
I'll be going upstairs in a sec.
So yeah, last week we were adding bar lines, weren't we, to passages of music, but we're going to do the second exercise this week, which is slightly different. Instead of adding bar lines, what you're doing is you're adding the key signature, the time signature, so it'll give you a passage of music with the bar lines already in, and you've got to say what time signature it is. It starts off quite friendly, and there's like there's a whole passage which is one time signature, and you go, oh great, okay, counted all them, they're all in 4, that's brilliant. And then the next question, it says these extracts all contain changes of time signature. So you might be looking, you might do a 4-4 for 2 bars, and then it'll suddenly change to 5-8 or 6-8 or whatever. So it gets gradually a bit more unfriendly as we go on. I put some exercises up last week. Don't know if you probably didn't get a chance to do them. I just love how Chloe's just in bed. It's brilliant, that, isn't it? We should do this all the time, shouldn't we? Even when we go back, it's just too comfy. Let's have a look then. I'll share my screen with you then and see if we can have a little look at these. Which is which? Let me see. Got this really weird thing going on my screen where my email keeps flashing up and going away. I don't know how to fix it, so it's just staying like that. Okay, so share screen, and what I want to share with you is this. You guys see this? It says preliminary exercises. Yeah, you'll see it. It's a hard word to say, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Preliminary. Okay. So what we're doing now is we are adding in the time signature, and each passage should be the same, so there's no changes. Once you add it to the beginning there, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so basically what we're doing there is we're counting the beats in the bar. So the first one then, we've got a crotchet, 2 quavers and a minim, so nice and easy. Show of hands, how many beats is that bar there? So we got, is that 8, Chris, or 4? Yeah, yeah, he's giving me 2. Yeah, so we've got 4 there, haven't we? Are we working in crotchets or quavers, do you think? Is it going to be 4/4 or 4/8? What do you think? 4 or 8?
Is it quavers?
It's crotchets. We're working in crotchets. Yeah, and you can kind of see that because when we're working in quavers, Chloe, they're usually grouped in groups of 3, aren't they? You know, when we were doing 6/8 and we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see tiny groups of 3 if you're working in 8. Sometimes, unless it's an odd number, unless it's 5/8 or something. So we're working in crotchets, so it's 4/4. The first bar is nice and easy. I just want you to check the other bars for the rest of the passage and see if we're right. Is that all in 4/4, do you think?
Yeah, it's in 4/4.
It's in 4/4, isn't it? Because we've got 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, rest 4, etc. So someone's very kindly put a 4/4 in there for me. Thank you very much, whoever did that. But in the exam, you'd have to put it in. You'd have to put it in there at the time signature, it says. So if you wrote it on the top, that wouldn't really, because it's part of the passage of music, isn't it? So you'd have to put it in the front there. Well done, whoever's doing that. Well done, you. I don't have these skills. Weirdly, I'm not allowed to draw on my own screen. I don't know. Right, the next one, there's something a bit weird going on, isn't there, in the first bar? Do you remember we spoke about this last week? When there's like an upbeat or a beat into the next bar, and it's called an anacrusis. Can somebody write that on there for me? ANACRUSIS. There, this is an anacrusis, well done. So what that means is when the first bar doesn't add up to the rest of the bars, and even though the time signature goes there, it's got an anacrusis in, which means beat 1 doesn't start until the second bar. So the example I used last week was Greensleeves. So in Greensleeves it goes ba 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 ba. So there's 1 beat before the bar actually comes in. Otherwise it'd go ba 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 ba, and it wouldn't work. So we've got an anacrusis there that doesn't really count, but what it does after that, the last bar has to add up to fill the bar. Okay, so what we need to do is have a little look at the second bar and how many beats does that add up to there. So we got 1, so we got tea, cappuccino, and then we've got this da da ga. So that beat will go ba da ga da ga da da ga. So how many beats does that add up to? You can pretty much see them, can't you? You can see the beats outlined. Yeah, we got 3. We got 3. So we got a crotchet on its own, And then this is a cappuccino, isn't
Oh, I
it?
thought you were
That's
talking
one
about
beat.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got this,
Yeah, I thought you were
which is
talking about the
basically,
pizza.
instead of a cappuccino, what we've done is we've made kappa one note, and it's still got the chino on the end, so it goes da da ga, rather than da ga da ga. It goes. So this beat will go ba da 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 da. So how many beats is in that bar then? I think Chris had it before. He showed me his. Yeah, there's 3.
Oh, is it 3?
So that's one, isn't it? This crotchet
Oh,
bar.
yeah.
This is one, this cappuccino, and this is one. So there's 3 beats in that bar. Yeah, have a look at the next one. So see if it adds up to 3 again.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so that's 3. And then the anacrusis plus the last bar, what does that add up to?
2.
3 again. So what time signature are we in? Yeah, it's 3, Liam, because we've got 2 beats there.
Wouldn't that be if that adds up to 3, wouldn't that be a dotted minimum?
No, but you use the anacrusis.
Oh, right, because it starts late.
Yeah. So it adds up, if it's got an anacrusis, it adds up eventually. It just doesn't add up in the last or the first bar. Do you see what I mean? So if you see anything a bit weird like that, what you do is you think, right, okay, I'm going to add up the second bar and the third bar and see what they are. And then the first and the last will hopefully add up to that as well. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So if we just took this as the first bar, it'd be in like 1/4, wouldn't it? Which is not a thing, because there's just 2 quavers in there. So it can't be 1/4. So therefore we just move on, because it's clearly got an anacrusis in there, and it adds up with the last bar. Yeah, makes sense? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Anyone? Good, brilliant. Now, Chloe, what we said about the next example here, 1.3, we've got these little groups of what?
Quavers.
Quavers. So we're working in quavers this time, aren't we? So the bottom number is going to be 8. Yeah? Because we've got these little groups. The quavers, because they're not standalone. If they were standalone, they'd be crotchets, but because they've got a tail on them, the quavers or 8 notes. So the bottom note's going to be an 8. How many of them are there in each bar? How many quavers in this bar?
3.
6. Yeah, so we've got 3 there and 3 there, haven't you? You got 2 groups of 3.
So there'll be 3, 4 then.
No, we're not working in 4, are we? We just said there's some little groups of 8.
Oh, so
So it's 8 at the bottom.
It's 8 at the bottom because we've got these little groups of 3. And that's how you group compound time or 6/8. Remember when we talked about Norwegian words? So it's different. So that one's 6/8, yeah. And this crotchet here is worth 3 quavers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because a crotchet is worth 2 quavers, and we put another one on with the dot, so that's 6/8. Well done. And then the next one, then, it's not grouped in little groups of 3s, so what's going to be on the bottom?
Is it going to be 6 on the bottom? No.
No, I think you're complicating it too much. Okay, let's put it a different way then. How many beats have we got in each bar there? Look at the first bar. How many beats have we got?
3.
3. It's not quavers, is it? So we're not working in quavers, so what are we working in?
Crotchet.
Yeah, so what's on the bottom?
4.
Yeah, so it's 3, 4. Yeah, welcome, Jack.
Hi.
So how you can tell if we're working in compound time or simple time is these little groups of 3.
Oh, so if it's grouped in like 2 or 4, does that mean the bottom would be 4 or 8?
Yeah. Yeah, no, if it's grouped in little groups of 3, but it's going to be 6/8. It's going to be compound time,
Yeah.
or 9/8, or depending on how many groups of 3 you've got. But this one's definitely 6/8 because we've got little groups of 3 here.
Yeah.
Because it's that shuffle, isn't it? There's 3 in every one beat, so it's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's not simple time. But at the bottom here, this 3/4 example, we haven't got those little groups of 3, so it's got to be simple time. So it's just in 4. Okay. So the next one, somebody's put in 3/4. The next one then looks a bit trickier, doesn't it? How many beats have we got in there in each bar? So we got 1, which is a crotchet rest.
Yeah.
1.5. I'm on to you, Chris. 1.5, 2.5, 3, 4. Let me count that again.
The
That's
4.
100%.
Is
Let's
it
see.
4?
Let's see what we got. So we got a crotchet, that's 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3, 4, 4.5. So it doesn't add up to 4. So we've got to be working in eighth notes again. So how many eighth notes have we got in there? So remember, a crotchet's worth 2, isn't it? So a crotchet's worth 2, and obviously a quaver's worth 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So it'd be 9/8.
9/8, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's 2 clues really that give it away that we're working in eighth notes. The first one is these little groups of 3, like we said. You don't really get that in simple time unless it's a triplet and it's got a 3 under it. But if it's little groups of 3, and the other thing is, if it doesn't add up to like an even number, so if it's 5.5 crotchets or 4.5 crotchets, you've got to be working in eighths because it doesn't add up to simple time. Yeah, makes sense? Okay, so I've got another one, and these are just the preliminary exercises for this, and then I've got the ones from the book. Let's just see. Screen sharing has stopped. Okay.
I had to go with them, but I don't know if they're right, so I'll just wait.
Oh, you had to go at the ones from the book? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From the grade 5 book?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Let's see if I can.
Okay, let's see if we've got... So it's really weird. I have to like share and unshare every time. Right, okay. You see that? You can see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that makes
Yeah,
sense.
first 200 base.
Yeah, okay. So just so you know, this little group of 3 here should have a 3 under it. It just doesn't come out right. If someone could write that in, that'd be grand. This group of 3 here should have a 3 under it. You can see the top of it, but for some reason the other 3 is not there, which is a bit weird. What did we say about the little groups with a 3 over them or under them the other day? Can you remember?
I wasn't there. So.
You weren't there. Okay, so if you've got...
I wasn't in the last lesson.
What that is 3 over 2. It's when you play 3 beats, like pushed to the value of 2 over the value of 2. So it counts as 2 if you count, and then basically you take 1 away. That's how you do it. If it's got a little 3 over it or under it, it's basically playing a triplet in the space of 2 quavers. So if you've got I'm trying to think, you know that tune? I guess that's why they call it the blues. Do you know that? I think did Chloe sing that? I can't remember.
We were going to do it in a gig, but we didn't.
Just
So.
Jack doing, I don't know, but you know the bit where he goes, da da da, they call it, and then he goes, time on my hand. That's not straight, is it? That little bit of ta da da da, it's like pushed. And that's what a triplet does. You play 3 notes over the value of 2. So this here counts as 2 rather than 3, but we're playing them over the value of 2 quavers. That makes sense? So all you do is take one away, basically. So how many beats have we got in this? Let me just count them there. Don't worry about the bit, someone's stuck an 8 in already. I don't think that that's the case on this one, because that's not a group of 3, is it? If it's got a little 3 over it, it's a triplet, which is different. You're on the right lines because you're thinking group of 3 equals 6, 8, but it's not really because of this. Right, okay, so you can pretty much again see the beats there. We've got, so 1, 2, this whole triplet here is 2, because it's over the space of 2 quavers. 3, and again that counts as 2 quavers, so that's 4. So I'm going to say 4, 4 for that. We got any other offers on that? So the other beats add up to 4. Let's have a look at the last one, because we've got, let's say, 1.5, 2.5, 4, 3.5, 4 there, and then let's see what we got. Oh yes, that counts as 1, doesn't it? Because we got a little 3 under it, so that counts as 2 quavers. So 1, 2. You can see where the beat's like, aren't you? Almost. You can see. So this is where 2. And then we got 3. And then we got a triplet there, which is where 2 quavers, not 3. So it's 4, 4. That one dead easy. Okay, what about the next one then? So we got groups of 3 this time, but there's no little 3 over them, so what does that imply? What is it if it's in little groups of 3? What's on the bottom? It's an 8, well done Chloe. So we're in compound time again, aren't we? There's no little 3 anywhere. So we're in compound time again, so we've got little groups of 3 going on. How many groups of 3 have we got, or how many quavers have we got in there? It's quite a long bars, those, aren't they? What have we got? So we've got 3, 6, 9.
The 10.
Have a look again.
Close up.
You're close. So that's 3, isn't it? That's 3 quavers. That's a crotchet.
Yeah.
Another 3, so that gives us 6.
Yeah.
Another 3 gives us 9, and another 3 because we got a crotchet.
Oh,
which
yeah.
so it's 12, 8. Yeah, it's 12.
12, 8.
Yeah, and actually that example I used, I guess that's why they call it the blues, is in 12, 8, because it's in 4, isn't it? If we count it, we're going, I guess that's why they call it the blues. But under each bar, we've got a shuffle. I guess that's why they call it. So it's not straight. Also, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, that Shemak and Jack did as well. That's also in 12, 8, isn't it? Okay, so does everybody understand the difference there between triplets and compound time? It's slightly different, isn't it? If it's got a 3, it's a triplet. If it hasn't, we're in compound time. Sorry, I've got a little visitor come to see me. Go away, cat. Okay, so the next one then. Yes, it's just me out in the right place as well. The next one. How many beats have we got in each bar there? This one should be fairly easy. What have we got in the first one? The first 2 bars are the same, aren't they, rhythmically, which tells me there's no anacrusis, the bars add up. So how many beats are in that? So we've got half rest and a half rest and a half.
It's 2.
It's 2. Well done, Chloe, yeah. And are we working in crotchets or quavers?
Quavers. Crotchets.
Yeah, we're not working in quavers. We haven't got these groups of 3. And they add up, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so even though there's quavers in the bar, I know where you're getting that from because the bar's all quavers, isn't it? And you can go, oh, we're working in quavers. But actually, there's 2 crotchet beats in every bar.
Okay.
Okay, so that one's 2, 4. Just check the rest of it. Make sure that's also in 2. So that one's the same, that one's the same. We've got 1.5, 2, and then there's a beat. And there's a beat. So it's all in 2/4. Really good, guys. And then the next one then, what have we got the next one? Have a little look. Are there any little groups of 3 in there?
Yeah.
There's a little group of 3 in there, isn't there? So what does that imply?
The bottom number's going to be 8.
Well done. Someone pop an 8 in. And then how many quavers have we got in each bar, bearing in mind that a crotchet's worth 2?
4. No.
So this is worth 2, and this is worth 1, isn't it? Because that's a rest. That's
So 3.
So that's just half the bar 3, so we've got to add up the whole bar.
6, 8.
So it's 6, 8 again, yeah. Well done, Jack. I can see you giving me the... No, it's not that. He's just said 2. It's that. Yeah. It's all getting a bit... Yeah, okay. So add up the rest of them then, and make sure that they all make sense. It's desperate to say hello, aren't you? Say hello. Say hello. Add up the rest then and make sure they all add up to 6. I usually do the last and the first bar and think, yeah, the first 2 bars are the same anyway. And then the last one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're winning, aren't we? That's good. Okay, let's have a little look at the next one then. See some faces in there going, oh.
Is that, those are all like that's a group of 6, so would that be like
So that's
12 instead of 6?
that, okay. So, as you said, that's a group of 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
What we've got there is what's called a subdivision. And we've done this in class, actually. You know where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. That's just going 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Right.
Instead of 1, 2, 3. We put the ands on them, basically. So it's still a group of 3, isn't it? So what's on the bottom if there's a group of 3? Well
Sorry,
done.
what was that?
Yeah,
Oh,
got
8.
notes on the bottom. Also, what gives it away is this group of 3 here. So out of the 3 beats, which one's got the and on it? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Well done. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 there instead of 1, 2, 3. But it's still a group of 3, isn't it? Still a group of 3 quavers. So how many groups of 3 are in there then? We've got, that's 2. That's 3. And then this is the same but reverse, so that's another 3. And then this is 3. So we got 3 groups of 3 in there. Someone's put it in, 9, 8, well done. Who put that in?
It's probably Chris, to be honest.
Well done, Chris, yeah. So again, you can kind of see where the beats like, can't you? We've got a group of 3 there, 1, 2, and 3. We got 1 and 2 and 3 and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let you have a go at the bottom one yourself. Someone's put a 16 in there. See if you can see where the beats lie. See if you can see. Yeah, someone's put it in, 9, 8. Well done, whoever put that in. It's the same, isn't it? It's the same there. Oh no, you haven't put it in. I'm looking at the bottom one. So we've got 1, 2. No, it isn't. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong example. So has anyone got any ideas about what the bottom one is? So that's 1 beat, isn't it? Yeah, 2 quavers. This is 1
Is
beat.
it 5?
And then we've got this septuplet, which is basically over 1 beat as well. They're divided into beats, aren't they? Yeah,
Oh,
good.
so
Yeah, well done. It's 3/4. Yeah, well done. Right, okay, so they were the ones I asked you to have a go at, but obviously we haven't had time or whatever has happened. So we'll move on to the ones out of the book now, which are slightly easier than them, to be honest. I wanted to give you something to sort of get you thinking, and then you can see the ones actually out of the book. So Chloe, I don't know if you've got the same book as me, because mine's from a little while ago. So hopefully it'll be the same. It'll be the same exercises anyway. So let me see what I got here. Sorry guys, I'm a bit rubbish at this, aren't I? Right. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll just get this handout on.
what's happening, Bella? Chris, you're muted.
You know that.
You know.
What's happening, fella?
It's happening, fella.
So Peter, going a minute there.
You what?
I don't know what Pete's doing. I think he's probably in
Yeah.
work.
It's all
Yeah,
right,
he's
this is
mostly-
recording anyway, so hopefully you'll be able to catch up. Right, what I want to
Oh, let's not call him a knob or anything then, just in case.
that would be right. Can you see this one, guys?
The
Ye-
same ones.
The same ones, yeah. So it hasn't
Yeah.
never update them. My one's probably about 10 years old.
Who's that foot at the bottom?
Ah, that's my fault. I was taking a picture of it. Well spotted. I feel like we've shared more than we should have today. Okay, so add the time signatures to these extracts. They all begin on the first beat of the bar. So there's no anacrusis to look out for. It's just asking you to add the time signatures. And this is the one actually out of the book. So this is what you're looking for. Right, so first one, are we in simple or compound time? Is there going to be a 4 or an 8 on the bottom?
Compound. So 4 on the bottom.
Yeah, there's going to be a 4, which means it's simple. So compound is the 8, isn't it? So yeah,
Oh, wait, yeah.
4. So how many crotchet beats have we got in there? So we've got 2 minimums. How many are they worth each?
2.
2. So that's 4. And then we've got a crotchet. Well done,
5.
Jack. Yeah, so we're in 5. So stick a 5/4 in there, guys. Just check a couple of the other bars, make sure they're the same. I can pretty much see that they are. So we've got here 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Bits and bobs. Okay. Next one then. What have we got in there? Are we working in crotchets or quavers? Is there a 4 or an 8 on the bottom?
4.
There's a 4 on the bottom. We ain't got no little groups of 3. And there's no halves in there. It doesn't add up to anything silly. So how many crotchet beats have we got in there? How many is this work? Dotted minim, foot.
Right.
So that's worth 3. And then we got
2. So 5 again.
so 5/4 again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty simple, isn't it? That's easy peasy. Let's get rid of that and my foot and see if we can. I've got another 2 to share with you. Let me see. Okay, can we all see that? You have to excuse the dodgy photos taken because I haven't got a scanner, so I have to take a photo on my phone and then email it to myself, which is a bit weird, I know. Okay, so the next one then, what have we got in there? How many crotchet? Oh, I'll point out some markings too as well while we do this. But go on, so how many crotchet beats have we got in there? We're not in quavers, are we? Because there's no small groups of 3. What have we got?
It's 7.
Yeah, I was thinking 7 because the first one's
Yeah.
a 4-beat rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well done. So what's on the bottom?
Yeah. 4.
Are you getting to grips with it now, Chloe? Did you
Yeah.
get that one? You said you'd had a go with them.
Yeah, I had a go at them and I've got them right so far. So
Brilliant. Okay. So yeah, next one. You're so immature. Honestly. So gay means play it gaily.
oh,
Right, now the first bar there, we had a chat about these dots, didn't we, last week, above or below the note. What does that mean? What does it all mean? Do you remember? You're like goldfish, aren't you? You go once round the bowl every week and then forget everything. So these little dots above or below the note mean that the notes are played short and detached. It has no bearing on the duration of the note. So if we have a look in bar 5 here, this dot next to the note has an impact on the duration of the note, doesn't it? These ones above or below are called staccato. Can someone write that out?
Yeah,
STACCATO, I think. Staccato. Yeah, that's it, yeah. So that's what that means. It means that these notes are played short and detached. Okay, so what type of notes have we got in there? Are we working in crotchets or quavers? Because these notes have all got stems on them, haven't they? So they're not, what are they?
the quavers.
The quavers. We've also got a group of 3 here. These are grouped in 3s, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what's
So
on
it'd
the
be to
bottom? Then? What's on the bottom? What number's on the bottom?
8.
An 8, well done. And how many of them are in each bar? How many 8th notes are in this bar?
5.
5 8.
5.
Yeah, well done.
Is it actually? 8.
Did you get that one right on your own?
Yeah.
What a girl. Brilliant.
I didn't think I'd actually got that.
Yeah, that's good. So the other thing is to just check a couple of bars, make sure you've got 5 8th notes in there. So I'm going to check this one. 1 2 3 4 5. Same there. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, 1.5 2 3 4 5. So it all works out, doesn't it? So we've got 5 8.
So how would you place a 5/8?
It's like the so you know 8th notes are shorter than crotchets.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, the Mission Impossible theme is in 5 8.
Bum, 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 bum.
1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5.
I thought that was 5/4.
If it was 5 4, it'd be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3, because you have to the notes are longer, aren't they? Because it's quite quick. Dun, 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 dun. So it's 5 8. You could play it in 5 4, but you'd have to. I mean, the notes are quite short and detached in that piece of music, aren't they? So it'd be better writing them in 8s. Otherwise, you'd have to write it with a really quick tempo. So you'd have to play the crotchets twice as fast, really. So it's easier to play it in 5 8. Okay, so that's that one. See, the ones in the book are actually easier, aren't they, than the others? Let me just, I've got one more screen to share with you. Which is this one. Now, this is the little fiend of an exercise, this, because they change. So exercise 3, these extracts all contain changes in time signature, add time signatures where they are needed. They all begin on the first beat. So no anacrusis to worry about, which is good, and it says they begin on the first beat. So what we're doing is, we're now looking along the passage and seeing if there's any changes in time. If you change a time signature on bar 2, that time signature then continues for the rest until you change it. Does that make sense? So when you see 4/4 at the beginning of a piece of music, you're assuming the whole thing's 4/4, unless there's a change in time signature. But then once you change the time signature, that counts then for the rest of the piece. That's continual until you change it again. So we're going to have a little look at the first. How many beats are in the first bar there? Nice and easy. Dotted minim. Yes, Jack, well done. Are we working in quavers or crotchets? So there's 3. Are they crotchet beats or quaver beats? Crotchets. So the first bar is going to be 3/4, isn't it? Nice and easy. Because we've got 3 crotchet beats in there. So someone pop in 3/4 for me. It's very small, someone just said, okay, let me see if I can. How's that? Okay, let me just, I can't move it down, I'm afraid. Okay, so the first one then, 3/4. Someone pop 3/4 in for me there. Brilliant. Okay, and then the next one. How many crotchet beats have we got in there now? It's changed, hasn't it? It's not 3 anymore.
There's 4.
4. Well done. So we've got 1 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah. So pop 4/4 in there.
So it's 4/4.
Yeah. So it's already gone from 3/4 to 4/4. Fabulous. And then the next bar don't forget, so the crotchet beat is, that's a crotchet 1.5, and then this is a half, isn't it? So we've got 1.5, 2, and then a crotchet makes it 3.
Is it 3/4?
So we're 3/4. Can someone pop them in for me, please? So we've got 3/4, 4/4, 3/4. And then the next one, so how many beats is in the next one? That's a nice and easy one, that one. 3. So that's just the same, isn't it? You don't need to change it. That continues until you change it. It's very unlikely that you'll be given a piece of music like this, by the way. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, but not often. Okay, and then the next one then, so we got crotchet or quaver beats for, well done, whoever's put that in. Brilliant, and then there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one's nice and easy. Check the next bar. How many beats are in that? 5 again. Don't know whether you're waving at me or telling me the answer. Yeah, so 5 again. So that just stays, doesn't it? You don't need to put anything in there. So if it continues, you don't put anything in. You don't need another time signature, you just carry on until you're told otherwise. And then finally then, what have we got there? Yeah, 3/4. Well done, Shema. Yeah, he's giving me the, yeah, 3/4. So right there, we've got how many changes in time signature? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the most important thing to remember with that is, if these 2 bars are 3/4, if you then put 3/4 again there, you probably lose marks because it says add time signatures where they are needed. So you don't need another time signature if it's continual. Does that make sense? Is that a yes? No? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Yeah? We're all there? Okay. Next one then. So what have we got there? What we're working in the first one.
There's 4.
It's 4.
4,
Well
4.
done. Yeah. So how many have we got in there? How many crotchet beats? That's a half, isn't it? And then that's a half. These are all quavers. Don't be fooled by them being grouped together. So how many have we got? 4-4, well done. Yep. Next one then. Are we working in crotchets or quavers? We have a little group of 3 here, don't we? So what does that imply?
3, 4.
3 what?
3, 4.
Yeah.
Not 4. They're not crotchets, are they?
Yeah.
3-8.
Ah, right.
Yeah, because they're quavers, aren't they? They're groups
Yeah.
they've got. Yeah, don't let that fool you. Okay, you're getting this now, guys. It's really good. Okay, next one then. So what have we got in there? What type of notes are these? These are 8th notes, but there's no small groups of 3. So we're not working in 8s, are we? Yeah, how many crotchets are there in there? Yeah, Shamak's got it. No, got 12. There's 12 8th notes in there. 6-4, well done. Yeah, good. Next one, how many have we got in there? How many crotchet beats have we got in there? So these are all worth a quaver each, aren't they? So 2 of them is worth a crotchet. Well done, Shamak. 3-4, good. Yeah. Next one, what have we got there? Right, so we've got a group of 3 here, haven't we? We've got a little group of 3. Oh, actually, no, we haven't, because that's attached to that 4. What have we got? Okay, so we're working in 4 again. That belongs to that. So what have we got? Yeah, we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4-4, well done. Next one is the same. So we don't need to do anything with that. And then the next one, what have we got there? 3-8, good. And then finally, 2-4, well done, Jack. Jack's smashing it, yeah. So we got a 2-4 there. Okay, and then, so that one's got a few changes in time signature as well, hasn't it? It'd be really weird to play that, because we'd be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it'd be quite difficult to play that. Okay, next one then, I'm going to let you guys have a go, and then we shall just put them in if you can. Don't wait for anyone, and we shall see. The faces of, shall I help you out? Okay, so this first one adds up to, if we're talking in crotchets, it adds up to 1.5, 2, 2.5, so we can't be working in crotchets because it's an even number. So what if it's an odd number, so what have we got to be working in? 8s. Yeah, so the first one has Jackson, 5-8, yeah. Otherwise, if you put that one in crotchets, we'd have 1.5, 2, 2.5, and you can't have 2.5, 4. So it's got to be 5-8. Okay, carry on. What's the next one? Next one's the same, isn't it? So we don't need a time signature in there.
Is the next one 2?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one's back to 5, and then the last one is.
God, whoever's put
back
that
to
2 in there, we're talking about this bar now for the 2. It's 2-4, isn't it? It's got 2. We've got 2 crotchet beats in there, and then, as Liam said, what are we back to here?
5.
5-8, brilliant. Yes, Jack, well done. Next one's a repeat, isn't it? Okay, next one's a bit trickier, but not too tricky. You can see where the beats are. Yeah. 3 what? 3, 4, well done. It's 3 crotchet beats in there, isn't it? Okay, next one's a bit tricky. So we've got 1.5, 2, 2.5. No shabach. Okay, so if we're working, if you count the crotchet beats, we've got 1.5, 2, 2.5. We can't have 2.5, 4, can we? So what's it got to be? It's got to be 5/8, yeah. We're working in 8th notes. Okay, next one there, all 8th notes again. Yeah, good. How many of them are in that bar? Yeah. Oh, hang on. Can you count there, Jack? 7. Well done, guys. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Okay, and then the final one, I think I've missed something else there, obviously. Yes, get off the book. He's moaning now because he's a big fatty. Okay. Oh, it is actually just as it is. It is actually just as it is. So there's just a crotchet and a quaver in there. Yes, well done, Jack. That's 3/8, isn't it? You can't have 1.5, 4. So it's got to be 3/8 because it doesn't add up. Yeah, fantastic, guys. Has anybody got any questions at this point? Do you want to unmute yourself? Is there anything you're not sure of? Silence. Okay.
Can I go to the toilet?
Yes, you can. You may. You're not drinking coffee in class, are you, Liam? That's why you need to go to the loo. It's terrible.
No, I'm not going to drink coffee in class because I'll end up spilling it on my own floor and I can't afford to do that.
Yeah, college computers are fair game. Don't spill it on your own though, that's all right. Right, okay. So that brings us, people, to the end of exercise 3. So next week, does everyone feel confident? We've got a year to work on this. So does everyone feel confident in that, or should we do some more next week, do you think? Maybe we should mix it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another exercise on the classroom and we'll go over that at the beginning of the lesson. And what we need to do next week is to look at, I wish you could see what I could see. The cat's just eating the book now. He's just eating the corner of the book. He doesn't care for theory at all. Yeah.
Who does?
Who does? It's true.
Hey?
Right.
Whoa.
So what we're going to move on to next week is this little bad boy, which is tenor clef. Okay, so we're going to be looking at clock. Can you see? It's all back to front as well. So we're going to be looking at adding some more bar lines and time signatures, but we're also going to be looking at different clefs. Now it's dead easy really when you think about it, because all it means is that middle C is moved. So when you see this clef here, which is, well, this clef here, see that clef? All it means is that middle C is now where this middle point is. So the first exercise it's asking you to do is name the notes, but you've got to figure them out from middle C. So what I'm going to do then, what's that?
There's no a B then, not a B, an A.
Yeah. So it's 2. You've just, all it is that middle C's moved basically, and it looks a bit scary, but the thing is you have to start putting some key signatures and things in on tenor clef, which is a bit tricky. So what we're going to do, folks, for next week is I'm going to, do you need to brush up on your key signatures as well, do you think, a little bit? Yeah? Do you need to brush up on key signatures a little bit? Okay, so next week what we'll do then is We'll spend about 15 minutes adding more bar lines, and then we'll do some basic key signatures, the writing of, and then we'll move on to 10 o'clock, just the basics, naming some notes on the stage and things, okay? I have recorded this lesson, so have a little look over it in the week if you're unsure of everything, and we can revisit it. Did anybody have a look at the cover of Lean On Me? Did you have a look? It's on the Classroom, yeah. So if you've got nothing to do and you feel like you want to join us for that as well, I can add more people in on the video. It'd be nice to maybe get some harmonies in there. I know Jack and Chris are really good at harmonies and stuff. So just the only thing is though, don't let the track play. Put your headphones in and then sing along to it. Don't let the track play, or they're going to be muddied against each other. I've got the track now on Shemak's video, so I don't need that. I just need the line, you know what I mean? Then we can add you in. Okay, anyone got any questions so far or at the end? Are we good? Okay, so I'll take a picture of that 10 o'clock now, and I'll put this lesson and some more exercises for you on the Classroom, okay? Right, we'll leave it there then. So well done everyone. I think you're getting to grips with it now, but the only way to do this is to practice, practice, practice. If you leave it for a week, you're gonna kind of be, you know, so you need to just review it and keep going over it and doing the exercises. Okay, so stay safe everyone, and I'll see you next week, same time. Shemak, I'll see you in about half an hour. Should we call it half an hour?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, let me get me, Shemak's having a piano lesson off me.
Yeah.
Did anyone message Andy for guitar? No, so do that if you want lessons, keep you busy. Okay folks, so I'll see you next week. Take care.
In a
See
bit.
you next week, guys.
Bye bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Chris.
I can't stop
Bye.
it.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.
Oh,
Hey, have a
you
beautiful
know
time.
Bye, Liam.
that.
Bye.
Bye. Have a
Wait,
beautiful
wait,
time.
we didn't give her an applause.
Oh,
That's fascinating. It's changed my life forever.
my life forever.
Invite me. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh,
Bye.